Hello. This is, I don't know, I guess the best way to say it, this is our welcome thing. Considering this is a hybrid course, we meet on Mondays. The issue is this term starts on a Wednesday, so we do not meet week one, but I still want to give you a whole welcome thing, go over the syllabus because you have work to do week one. So bear with me. I'm going to show you this. La la la. It's hitting the wrong stuff. Okay. First and foremost, we are going to do a welcome PowerPoint, just like we would do if we were in class. So I'm letting you know this is for Bio 123. I'm Linda Bernhardt, your instructor. Typically, I won't be wearing a t-shirt because GMC frowns upon us wearing t-shirts to work. Chances are you haven't had me yet because you're in Bio 123. And you will learn very quickly, I am not very fashionable. Sorry, but I try. Anyway, here we go. Basics. We're going to talk about who I am, how I'm going to do the course, that kind of stuff. Obviously, you're not going to be able to tell me your questions, but you can always message me your questions. So first and foremost, I say me. None of these are clearly me. We have, here we go. We have Zoe right here. She lives in my youngest room. This is Fang, my baby. He passed away just a couple months ago. This is Osiris when he was a baby. And this is my oldest, Pax. This is my youngest, and this is my nephew, Nickel. These are updated pictures. This is Osiris now. Actually, that was just taken yesterday. This picture was just taken today. These three, they're old. I need to redo them. So what I do is I leave this up for just a moment to explain to you who I am and why this course might be done a tad differently. So I'm going to let you know my nephew Nickel and my two kids Iz and Pax and myself. All of us, we have certain special needs. Nickel is severely ADHD, like borderline ODD. Absolutely great kid, works on fixing airplanes now. Pretty cool. My two kids, myself, we're all on the autism spectrum. I tell you this because we will talk about some of these throughout the term. I also tell you this because my brain might not work quite the same as everybody else. You'll get used to it, I promise. Main things about me. One, I have asthma. I tell you that because 8 a.m. in the morning, I'm going to be like all the time. I don't know why. It happens. Two, I already talked about the autism. I also have anxiety, PTSD, and a bunch of other things. I get really, really nervous and anxious. And the more anxious I get, the more I talk, the faster I talk. I can cover material like that. I will be aware I'm going super fast. I just can't stop. So if you see that happen, all you have to do, raise your hand, ask me a question. It'll stop me. That's it. I was a high school dropout. I finished 9th grade and I left. I got a GED as soon as I turned 18. I have done all kinds of jobs from cocktail waitress at a strip club at 18 to I was a diesel mechanic at a truck stop garage in my 30s when I quit that in order to go to college. When I did the entrance exam to get into Valdosta State University, I did fine on all the stuff until we got to math. The first question of the math quiz or test said, what is an integer? And I just burst out laughing and started clicking buttons. So I had to start with learning support math as low as you possibly could, worked my way up. I will tell you, best thing ever. It gave me a much better foundation for math than most people who didn't take it. So I'm pretty happy with it. So I went to college in 2005. End of 2009, I graduated with honors with a Bachelor of Science in Biology and a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy. The following January, I immediately started a master's in biology. That summer, I started a master's in public administration. In 2012, I graduated with a master's of public administration. I started a doctorate for the public administration, but I did not finish that. I got a decent way into it, but then I ran out of money. It happens. I am currently getting a master's in nutritional science, and I'm halfway through that, hopefully to finish it. It's very fascinating. You will hear me talk about it a lot in class. I have multiple jobs, and pretty much all of them are teaching. It's like I teach for 3 different colleges, and I tutor for a company based out of Chicago that specializes in students with special needs. So that's pretty much what I do. Let's see, what else? So much easier in person, so I can, look at you and know what else to say. I guess the only other thing to point out here, with the picture that was just taken today, that's me with my wife. I tell you this so throughout the term, I don't have to sit here and go, my spouse, and then just, don't say things. I just throw it right out there. Some people will hate me right off the bat for it. It is what it is. I just refuse to be anybody but myself. I 100% believe in being you. That's it. Let's see, we talked anxiety, we talked autism, we talked asthma, we talked dropping out, we talked jobs. So yeah, I think we pretty much covered most of it. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the syllabus, because the syllabus is very important. So we are now going to go here. This is your class. I have it under student view, so this really should be what it looks like to you. You will notice that everything is already set up. Notice also that they don't open up right away. Week 1 is open because I'm hoping you will have access to it on Sunday. This way you can start ahead of time if you wish, but the term does not officially begin until Wednesday. So the way this is set up, this is the class, this is me, this is the email address. We meet 8 to 12 every Monday, other than this first one. When it says 8 to 12, it means you're really supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. I will always be there at 8 o'clock, unless an emergency happens. If an emergency happens, boom, I post it right here in announcements. So make sure to check your announcements. It is not a bad idea to check your announcements on Sunday night, because typically if there's some kind of health issue, emergency thing, I know early enough that I will post it Sunday night. So make sure to just check that. Okay, hybrid class. We meet every Monday except this first one. So starting October 24th, every Monday. And you need to keep up with your online portion. There is this special quiz you have to take before noon on Friday. Notice it says no exceptions. This counts as your attendance for this first week. Then we have our syllabus, which I'm coming right back to. And then just some, helpful things. Every week is going to be set up the same. If something happens, like this week, you have a label right here. Try to remember what that was called, where it says no in-person class this week. Term officially begins on Wednesday. Make sure to do all online work. I can't think of an easier way to say it, or a more clear way to say it. You have to do it. This one right here, this is that quiz I told you you have to take. This closes Friday at noon. If you have not turned this in, you will be kicked out of the course. So make sure you do it. Every week we'll have one of these where it's week 1 details. You click it, it tells you about the week. It's going to tell you what we're covering, that kind of stuff. Then we have video lectures. These are previously recorded. I'm not making brand new ones, but these will cover what we would have covered in class if we had met on Monday of this week. Highly suggest watching them. I give you details. Now, if I mention something about a lecture assignment, I got rid of those. So if it says, wow, that's your lecture assignment question, just ignore it. But it does give you helpful things, so we hit the ground running. Whenever you see a folder like this is my PowerPoints, that's literally what it is. These are the PowerPoints I use in class. These are the book PowerPoints. So these are the PowerPoints straight from your textbook. Labs. Labs will always be listed right here, and they will remind you that the virtual labs are due 10 p.m. on Sunday night. We don't actually do lab reports anymore. I thought I had deleted that. I'm going to have to fix that. But any kind of lab that I say you're turning in online, they're due 10 p.m. Sunday night. Notice this one says you have to watch the video first. So watch this lab safety video and then take this lab safety quiz. Notice you cannot click on this. That's because you haven't watched the lab safety video. So watch the lab safety video and then take the lab safety quiz. Yeah, I have another lab I have to put up here. I just realized it's not showing up yet. I need to fix that. Anyway, every week you will have a hybrid assignment, critical thinking weekly writing. So this one will be CTWW1. Next week will be CTWW2. The fact that it says hybrid at the beginning means it is a hybrid assignment. It means you have to do these. If you miss 3 of these, you're kicked out of the class. So you cannot miss more than 3 of these. Make sure to do them. Then you have your first quiz. Then we have your cell quiz and extra one. Every week it's going to be set up similar to this. This says due 10 p.m. Sunday night, and then this is optional. So anything underneath for practice optional, you don't have to do. It's literally optional. Now let's get to that syllabus. So here's the syllabus. And we are going to make it bigger so we can see it all. Am I going to read to you this entire thing? Heck no, I'm not. That's crazy talk. This is just reminding you, we meet Mondays, 8 to 12, my name, email address, and descriptions, blah, blah, blah. Scooch on right past that. Oh, right here where it says this lab, we don't use the lab book. You're only going to get the regular book. If you need particular accommodations, you need to contact Director Anderson and fill out all the papers. If it is something simple I can help you with, just reach out to me. Okay. Class format, mostly it's going to be lecture discussion, and then we also have labs. It is helpful if you read the material before we have class, because then you're familiar with the material and then I supplement your learning. It is not possible to cover everything in one day. So you need to be doing your part too. We have exams, we have a writing assignment, and here are the grades. The way I do grades is I use a point system. Every single thing you do, you will earn points. Your points only go up. They can never come down, because as soon as you have earned a point, it is yours to keep forever and ever and ever. As soon as you have hit 650 points, you have already passed the class. You have a D. As soon as you hit 700 points, you have a C. As soon as you hit 800 points, you have a B. And as soon as you hit 900 points, you have an A. This means if you have 904 points before the final exam, you don't have to do the final exam because you already have your A. You can't get higher than an A. That's it. Moodle will still show you the percentage, but it's the points that are important. And so every Monday when we meet, I will write on the board what a perfect score is so you can keep track. Now, notice the bold here, no rounding of grades. If you have 899.98 points, you will get a B. You have to have 900 or up. The reason I do this is I give you chances to earn more than 1,000 points. So I don't feel the need to do any rounding. If you want that letter grade, earn it. Okay, this is reminding you, you cannot miss more than 2 days of this class. If you miss more than 2 days, you are out. Same kind of thing about your hybrid assignments. If you miss them, you're out. So make sure you do them. Be on time. There you go. Makeup exams and assignments. I don't do makeup assignments. Right here, no makeup assignments. No makeup assignments, no extensions. I give you a week to do everything. At least a week. You have to do them, period. If you wait until the last minute and then suddenly you have issues, like your computer's down, I started to say your insurance, your internet's down, and you message me, I'm going to tell you I'm so sorry, but next week start earlier. It is not my problem if you choose to wait to the last minute and then can't get it done. I give you a full week minimum to do your assignments. Do them. That's pretty much it. Okay, GMC honor code. I will neither lie, cheat, steal, nor tolerate those who do. This is a good thing to remember because one, it's the GMC honor code. Two, when we take a test in class, if I tell you to write the honor code on your test and you don't, you're going to lose points. If I don't tell you to write it on your test and you do write it on your test, I give you extra credit. There you go. Smart way to do it. Okay, student responsibilities. No food or drinks allowed. You can have water. That's it. You are not supposed to be eating a meal in the room. You don't need coffee. You don't need soda. You can drink some water. Couple of reasons for this. One, it being a lab, you're not even supposed to really have water, but I allow water because we need it sometimes. The other reason is our classroom, ants love our classroom. And people are messy and they spill and they drop things. And I really don't want to be overrun with ants. There you go. There's more stuff here, but the two main things I want to point out here. One, no head coverings. You cannot wear a hat in our class. Make sure you remove that hat when you walk through the front door and you do not put it back on your head until you walk outside. Inside the building, no hats on your head. That includes the hood for a hoodie. Nothing on your head. The other thing is, I put it here, be mindful of people who can't handle strong smells. This means if you feel you have to wear perfume or cologne, don't sit there and spray it like crazy. Don't do it. It's too much. Teeny tiny bit or none at all. I would 100% prefer none at all. If you're like, man, but I think I need something to cover it, just take a shower, okay? Strong smells aggravate my asthma, and I've had students who it would give massive migraines for, and whenever somebody came in wearing way too much body spray, I had a student who would then have to miss a week of class because that person had too much stuff on. So please, please, please just don't do that. All right, COVID-19, we're still in a pandemic. If you're sick, contact me ahead of time and don't come. It is contagious. I will be wearing a mask because I personally believe that's the right thing to do. I think that's the right and the responsible thing to do. And I think anybody who's wearing a mask is showing other people that they respect them. So I will be wearing a mask. I would love it if you wear a mask. I cannot enforce it because GMC says it is your choice. So it's your choice. I'm just letting you know, for me, when I see somebody who wears a mask, I see someone who respects other people. Okay. Additional items, you need to be actually looking at your book. It's helpful. Okay. This page right here, one of the most important pages of the syllabus. All assignments close at 10 p.m. They close 10 p.m. on Sunday. Everything locks at 10 p.m. If it's not on Sunday, it will say underneath because there are a couple of quizzes that will lock on Thursday at 10 p.m. to help you out. Those are marked. Everything else, 10 p.m. Sunday. It's always 10 p.m. It is never 11:59 p.m. It is always 10 p.m. Now, this is to help prepare you for the term. These are how you get all your points. There will be 4 exams total. Exam 1, 2, 3, and your final exam. Each of those are worth 100 points. You get 20 points per lab. There is this online problem-solving assessment. That's worth 40 points. I'll talk to you about that in class. There's a QEP assessment, also 40 points. I'll talk to you about that in class as well. Those 2 things, every single person at GMC taking Bio 1, 2, 3 has to do those assignments. Then we have your weekly writings, which again are hybrid. Those are worth 30 points apiece. That means if you've missed 2 of them, that's 60 points. That's over half a letter grade you just let go away because you didn't want to do the assignment. Make sure to do them. Then you have a weekly quiz. It says weekly quiz because there is a quiz every single week. So there you go. Now, This is the breakdown. Notice I do not have a date under week 1. I don't have a date under week 1 because we do not meet in person, hence the bold where it says no in-person class on Monday. This tells you what all of our stuff is. So I need to fix, because I just noticed the scientific method lab is not showing up. So I have to fix that. You will have 2 online labs this first week. Then we have 2 labs next week, and you will have your first exam at the end of next week. I told you, man, we hit the ground running. Week 3, this is one of the best labs ever. It is so much fun. I will talk about that later. Week 5, November 14th, this is exam 2 in class. It will be the first thing we do in class that day. We will take a test. Then here, week 8, December 5th, we take a test in class. You need to be there. Notice we are not off for Thanksgiving. We meet every single week. That's because we meet on Mondays. Yes, we have class the Monday before Thanksgiving, and we have class the Monday after Thanksgiving. So please make sure to address that when you're figuring out your, when you're planning your travel time. If you miss week 8, you will miss exam 3. There's nowhere else to put it because you have a final the very next week. So please, 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 when you're making your Thanksgiving plans, realize we have class here and we have class here. You want to be here. So that's pretty much the syllabus. Yeah. So that is all of that. So that is a welcome. You have an idea who I am. I know I had a PowerPoint. I could go back to it, but I'm not going to worry about it. And we went over the syllabus. We went over Moodle. The rest of the PowerPoint is just, how do you deal with this? Well, 1, don't wait till the last minute. Start going through your textbook right away. Get it as soon as you can. Start work early. Everything opens Sunday morning, like Saturday night / Sunday morning at midnight. That's when the week opens. And then it closes the following Sunday at 10 p.m. I will grade everything early Monday morning before I come to class, so you will always know exactly where you stand in this class. You will need to keep up. If you are a smart person, you will start your work early. If you get your stuff turned in like Wednesday or Thursday each week, you don't have to do anything for this class every weekend. You could honestly just every single weekend. So if I were you, I would be proactive. I would just do the stuff quick and easy. That way you're good to go. I guess that's it. I'm a little too, and by the way, you're not going to see all this in person. I went to a wedding today, so I actually did makeup and crap. Typically, no, I don't do all this. I think that's it. And I look forward to seeing you in class next Monday, 8 a.m. And yeah, that's it. So peace out.